Hello everyone, welcome back to the Divine Speaker. We are doing this scene, we'll see where it goes. If there is a cut here, it's because, guess what, I cut it out and it's on Patreon. Alright, let's go. I want you now.
I can't wait any longer.
Okay, cool, we're doing this.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
Oh. My breath hitched in my throat as he pushed me harder against the tree and bit at my lips softly. My hands wound around to hold his back, and I quickly pulled our bodies closer together. I could feel his body heat all around me, and it was intoxicating. Who cares if anyone sees? Our lips parted, and I leant down to bury my face in the nook of Cyan's neck, leaving small kisses all over his skin. His head rolled back lazily, inviting me in further. He let out a soft moan, no regard to where we were. His gaze almost burnt me, so full of deep sexual heat.
Is this all you want, Rain?
Oh wow. Ooh, wow. Wait, are we gonna get a full picture? Because the lighting is very pretty. My name came out of his throat with a purr that made my breath stop. Our eyes met, and before I could even notice, I'd flipped Sign around with his back to the trunk. I pressed our bodies together, feeling at him under his clothes. My mouth found his throat once again. Every nip and peck elected a small groan from Sign as he clung to me. Every heavy breath, every soft whimper only served to drive me further.
You're so forward today.
His hands traveled down my body before settling on my hips. He played with the fabric, fingers brushing innocently against my dick. Just enough to leave me wanting more. Sign tugged at his clothes impatiently.
Hurry.
No longer satisfied with an accidental brush, Sign rubbed himself up against my crotch, and I could feel my pants tightening faster than I was ready for. My knees felt like they could buckle at any moment.
Where did you learn something like that? I have a good teacher.
Oh my god. He laughed, finally smiling more than I'd seen him smile in days. It was genuine, heartwarming. It gave me a funny feeling in my chest. My heart kept beating harder than ever, and my face felt flushed. A feeling that I'd felt for quite a while now. I just never had a name for it.
Sign. I really like you.
Oh my god! I have to put a timer on, hold on.
What? I really like you.
Don't ruin this for me, Sign. Fuck. Ow.
You're a good friend to me, Rain. I like you too.
Oh god.
That's not it. Oh, it's freezing. Come on, let's get dressed and get out of here.
I'm dying. He quickly stood from my lap, wiped himself off, and dressed. Seeing as my butt was starting to become numb from the snow, I did the same.
Sign, Come on, Slowpoke. I'm exhausted.
Oh my god. Without looking at me once, he started walking ahead of me, back towards the Silver Willows. I swallowed down my words and followed behind him. Did I say the wrong thing? Is this not what this feeling means? It's not love? Or does he not... Or does he just not feel the same? I remembered Ash and Aaron's words, that he pushes people away when they get too close. I want to talk to him properly, to grab his hand and ask him if he feels the same, but can't. What is this anxiousness? Why is it so terrifying? I've never felt scared to talk to him before, to talk to anyone before. So why do I feel like this? Baby boy. Oh, I hate this. Before I can even open my mouth to speak, Sign had dived into the bed, facing towards the wall.
Our clothes are dirty. Put them in that basket. Someone will wash them and bring them back. All right.
I held my tongue. He obviously didn't want to talk about it. There'll be time for talking tomorrow. I undressed and placed our clothes into the basket by the door before getting in beside Sign. I don't think I'd ever felt it before. That gap. The space between our bodies was so small, but it felt like a vast abyss, uncrossable. I closed my eyes, trying to ignore the way it tugged at my heart. And thus started my sleepless, dreamless night. Damn. I wasn't expecting to get throttled this early on in the part. Wow. Nothing. No, he's waiting still. Oh, baby.
Finally awake?
Yeah, and heartbroken. In all the ways. The spot next to me was cold and empty as I reached out to grab at Sign. I opened my eyes, still heavy with tiredness, to notice that he was already dressed and standing over the bed.
What time is it? Why didn't you wake me up?
I thought you could use the extra sleep. Anyway, don't you want to go look for Caspian today?
I want to talk. We want to talk is what we want to do.
I do.
That's what I thought. I'm gonna go find the others. Come out when you're ready.
Wait, sign it.
He retreated out the door, shutting it quietly behind him. I felt my mood flattened. Wow. He's definitely avoiding me. Slowly, I collected both myself and my thoughts. He'd been acting strange for a while, whenever anything about his personal life comes up, but since I told him that I liked him... Ugh, I'm an idiot. I always rush into things. But isn't this what Elron and Fawn were telling me about? This warm feeling. Putting it aside, I dressed myself in my freshly cleaned clothes, and I left my room. I cast my eyes over the lobby and finally noticed two of the people I was looking for. Fawn and Leo sat in the corner chatting to themselves. I made my way to them, expecting to find Sign too, but they were alone.
Where's Sign?
He went out to talk to his pet.
His pet?
He was sitting outside in the snow all night waiting by the looks of it.
Did you two have a fight? No. No, we didn't.
It's obvious the twerp can't hold down friends. He's probably bored of you already.
Don't do this to us, Leos.
Do you really think so?
No, Rain, don't listen to him.
I'm sure that's not true. No one could get sick of you, Rain.
When did you start being funny?
I stared at the door, looking at Sign and Aether's frames. They stood close together, talking softly. Just what did he need to tell him so badly?
You're freezing. What are you doing out here?
I've been waiting for you, sir. Your mother wanted me to pass on a message, but I couldn't find you.
So you just sat out here all night? What does she want now? Hasn't she meddled in my business enough?
She asks that you hand the boy over tonight.
No! No! The blonde's eyebrows knitted and his face contorted. His voice sounded almost like a laugh, mocking, but also as if he couldn't believe his ears.
Hand him over? He's not an object to be passed between people.
Sir, why are you so attached to him? Were you not sent by your mother to find him in the first place?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's something up, and Sai no longer wants to be part of the plan.
Who told you that?
My mistress, of course.
That doesn't matter. Things change.
Sir?
What do you want me to do, Ether? Hand him over as if he was nothing more than a hunk of meat? Just so she can use him. Just as she's used every other person who can further her goals?
What does she want him for anyway? He looks particularly ordinary. Lowborn, dirty, dim.
He's perfect as he is.
Sir.
Syme drubbed at his brow, a headache already forming. Can't deal with this now.
Even I don't know what she wants from him. But you've heard them, haven't you? The whispers about a cursed boy.
That's him?
I don't know what she's planning, but I don't want any part of it. Not anymore. He's my friend.
Have you fallen in love with him, sir.
Oh, come on, Sign. Don't lie to Aether.
What? Don't... Don't be stupid. You know I don't believe in love.
She says bring him tonight or you will be officially cut off. I'm sorry, sir. I wish I could do something to help.
You've done enough. Here, go get yourself something hot to drink.
Sign reached into his pocket, counted a few notes, and handed them over to Aether.
Sir, no matter what you choose to do, I'll follow you. Even if it's... protecting that thing.
Aether...
The more I watched their conversation, the more uneasy I felt. Jealous too. So this is what it feels like. Sign handed something I couldn't see over to his retainer before coming back through the door with a frown on his face.
Sorry, I'm back.
What was that about?
What, Aether? You're not jealous, are you? Don't worry, he was just passing on a message. No big deal.
If you're sure.
Are you done with whatever that was yet? I was beginning to think I'd be turning gray by the time we were ready to leave.
I think you might be even more handsome with a little bit of gray.
Leos rolled his eyes, ignoring Sign as he chased after the redhead to walk by his side. He clung on to Leos, not any different to how he'd act before, but... Without thinking, I grabbed onto Sign's sleeves. He turned back to look at me, his face serious before morphing into a smile.
What is it?
Nothing. Never mind.
Just like that, he went back to hanging off of Leos. Fawn came up beside me, smiled, then followed along behind them. After taking a moment to recall the directions that Hone gave me, I led the way. Leos joked about not getting us lost, but I couldn't even find the energy to laugh. The faster I walked, the further my steps. The further I walked, the faster my steps became. I could hear my heart beating loudly in my ears, and my breath stuck in my throat. I have to put thoughts of Sign to the side for now. I'm close to finding the answers I've been looking for. The others chatted casually, entertaining themselves, but I couldn't. Caspian, please be here.
Leos, oh Leos. Don't forget, the festival's on later. Won't you be my date?
Oh, I'd rather throw myself down a mountain than go with you.
Aw, Leos, you're too sweet. Here I was thinking it was about time to introduce you to my parents, too.
Ugh, gross.
I shook my head, trying to ignore the conversation. We're friends. This is no different to how we've always been. The streets became quieter and quieter until we hit a side of town a little different from the rest. It was smaller, more humble. It almost reminded me of home. We split up and searched the nearby stores. No, not this one. Not this one either. A hanging sign came into view. It showed the moon overlapping with the sun. Eclipse.
This is it.
The others rejoined me as I pushed open the door. Oh my god, we're so close! Oh! I'm gonna lose my mind! As we entered the room, we noticed a man behind a counter with his back turned to us. He was bent down and mostly out of view. Well, he didn't stand or turn as we came in.
Welcome. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Caspian. I heard he worked here.
Well, you found him. What can I do for you?
Wow. Wow. Look at that. Jesus Christ. The blue eyes. The first time I saw Caspian, the blue eyes really startled me because I'm so used to Rain and his, like, honeyed eyes. And I saw this, I was like, holy shit! It's still startling. Oh my god. I was playing this on windowed mode too, so it doesn't give me the impact that it usually would have. Oh! He finally stood up and turned to face us, a smile on his lips. But what I saw wasn't what I was expecting, and by the looks of it, it wasn't what he was expected either. We stared at each other, desperately trying to find an answer amidst the confusion. The silence stretched out, more awkward by the second.
You two look awfully alike. You You're... Caspian?
I'm sorry. I think I'm seeing things.
You're not. He rubbed at his eyes, blinking a few times, then stared at me once again.
There must be some mistake. Where did you come from?
Aurelia Cavella. You're... You couldn't be.
Oh, gods of mercy. You couldn't be. Rain?
Yeah.
This can't be happening. Am I seeing ghosts now? Is that it? Haven't I suffered enough? What a cruel joke showing you to me now. Maybe if I pinched myself.
He reached out and touched me, then sighed loudly.
I thought you were dead.
Wow. Here we are. Woo! Ah! I feel like my head is gonna explode. What am I feeling? Excited. So excited. I'm so excited. I want to know. Some stuff are probably gonna be... How do you say this? Like, explained. Oh. Also, this music is very good.
I didn't even know you existed.
I can't believe it. After all these years,
Rain, I am your father.
my own son would appear in
God.
front of me as a grown man.
Oh!
Maybe I really have gone insane. That would make more sense right now.
He leaned against the counter, barely able to stand.
I've been on a journey searching for you all this time. I never realized...
Let's give these two some alone time.
The other three turned to leave, but I quickly grabbed hold of Sign's hand.
Stay. Please.
If that's what you want.
Sign nodded, but pulled his hand away from mine. The other two retreated from the awkward atmosphere.
Are you really my father? Prince. Prince Caspian?
No one's called me a prince in a very long time. I don't think I deserve a title like that anymore.
He rubbed at his forehead, as if a headache was oncoming.
Aurelia Cavella. I'd almost forgotten the smell of the fields, the sight of the palace. It's been nearly 20 years, Rain. So much must have changed.
I have so much to tell you, but I don't even know where to begin. Aurelia Cavella, it's...
I swallowed, thinking back to my time in Aurelia Cavella, topped with my newfound knowledge.
I think it's dying. I don't know how much longer things can stay the same there. The speaker says everything is under control, that if we pray hard enough, the crops will survive next time, but... I don't believe him. Not anymore.
I recalled what happened with the speaker and our journey so far. The archives, my exile, and my journey to find him. Caspian's face became strange every time I mentioned the speaker, but he stayed quiet and listened to my story.
The speaker... You make it sound like he has sole control over Aurelia Cavella.
That's right. I've never known any different.
But even without me there, you should have...
How was I meant to know? I was abandoned and brought up in an orphanage.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. Listen, I need your help. I've come all this way in search of answers, and you're my only hope.
I rolled up my sleeve and showed the markings to him. His face visibly dreamed of color, and he rolled my sleeve back down.
I can't help you. It's been too long. It's not my life anymore.
Oh my god! Ah! Just blood curdling, just scream in the distance. It's me. It's me being murdered by the sty. Okay.
Please, you're the only one I've got.
No,
For 12 days, I have labored and struggled, traveling across the entire continent.
What?
12
What?
days. Finally, I have you cornered.
What is what is happening? I can't. This is gonna be. What? Okay. The door slammed open and a robed figure stepped in. One I knew well, despite him despite him seeming quite different to the usual. The speaker. His eyes locked with Caspian, and both of their expressions turned dark with surprise. They stared at each other, disbelief shown on their faces. What, bitch? You thought you were just getting to me and that's it? Now you have this boy. Again, no words left our lips, as if anything that could be said had shriveled up and died. Caspian reached out like he expected the speaker to take his hand.
I can't keep up with all this. Who is it now?
Emil.
At that, he turned and ran, slamming the door back closed. Come back, bitch! Don't run away from your problems!
Wait!
In an instant, Caspian chased him out the door, leaving Sign and I to ourselves.
That was the speaker?
If the speaker was the thing that's, like, gonna come no matter what. Thank God. Hopefully it's nothing else. Hopefully it's nothing, like, a horrible or tragic. There is a dark cloud coming above the city and everything. But, you know, maybe it's just a speaker. Oh.
What?
It just gets stranger and stranger.
So, what do we do?
Don't you think that exchange was a little weird? Do they have some history together?
Maybe.
I have no clue. Should we follow them?
Well, better than standing around here.
Emil, please wait. Please!
The fledgling prince... Wow. The fledgling prince crashed through the streets, chasing his target with fervent desperation.
Let's talk! Emil!
Like a game of cat and mouse, neither one wanted to give up. They ran and ran until...
All this time you let me believe you were dead.
Wow, I haven't heard the speaker speak in so long. Like, I want you guys to know how long it's been. It's been since the original demo, because I didn't replay the beginning of this game when the full game came out. I, like, fast skipped through everything, so I didn't even get a chance to hear a lot of the voice lines again. So hearing the voice again is really jarring. His voice cracked. 1,000 times had he run over this scenario in his head, yet now he couldn't find the words to give to him.
I was dead. In everything except for name.
Silence passed between the two, not awkward, but as if neither could possibly think of any words to repair the crack in the relationship.
You've grown your hair out again, and gotten so tall.
A lot of things change in 18 years.
Everything changes. Except... you still kept the moon I gave you.
Don't fool yourself. It's habit, nothing else.
Emil tried to rip his arm away, to place an invisible divide between the two, but Caspian held on tight.
Coming all this way was a waste of time. I don't know what I was thinking.
I heard about what happened to Rain. Why did you chase him this far?
I don't know at this point. Chasing after a shadow. It was a mistake. Forget I ever came here.
Oh my god, you too!
Wait, Emil! You came all this way. We should talk. Even if it's just for a moment.
You've had your moment, and I don't feel compelled to give you another. I never wanted to see you again.
Excuse me? Wait a second. Do you think you're the innocent one here? You killed her, and I thought you killed Rain too. Hell, I would have been dead if I didn't run.
It only happened because of what you did to Lucius. He was like a father to me.
He's the least innocent one out of all of us. You should know that by now. No, I didn't come here to argue with you. No matter whose fault it was, it didn't stop me from thinking about you every day since we last met. Please, come back to my store. We can talk about it. Even if it's just for a bit, please.
Fawn! Leos! Come with us!
Picking up the other two along the way, we raced through the streets behind Caspian and the speaker, trying to catch up to them.
Even if it's just for a bit, please.
What the hell is going on?
You too.
You're attracting way too much attention out here. Can we take this back to the shop?
The both nodded solemnly, I don't know how to say it, looking as if they were two kids in trouble with their parents. I set them both down and stood in front of them.
Can someone please tell me what exactly is going on? Do you two know each other? And you? Have you been following me? That's creepy. Why did you kick me out? Why do you want me dead?
With all the questions hanging in the air, I stared them both down, waiting for their answers.
I can at least explain how we know each other. We grew up together. There's not much more to it than that. As the future king and speaker, we were raised in the same household from birth. There were some complications, and we had a small falling out.
Small? You're still as much of a jokester as before. You and that woman killed him.
Who? You're not making any sense. Tell me the whole story.
Your mother... God, where to begin?
He took a deep breath, looking as if he couldn't work out exactly what to say.
When Emil and I were younger, we snuck out of Aurelia Cavella for a while. No, it was more like I dragged him along with me, but it was fun. When we returned, the royal family had been wiped out, save for me. An accident, Lucius said. He was closest to them, being the speaker at the time. Anyone could tell you there was foul play involved, and I know he was the one who did it. He was always power hungry.
There was never any proof. You just wanted to find someone, anyone, to blame.
There was plenty of proof, you just didn't want to see it! He would have killed me too if I were there. In fact, my survival didn't make him happy in the slightest.
Why? Why would he do that?
Isn't it obvious? He wanted full control over Aurelia Cavella. He wasn't interested in working with anyone else. He was no different to any of the speakers that came before him. They get stuck in their own heads, thinking there's some almighty god that everyone else should bow down to.
What happened to this Lucius then?
You want to know what happened to him? Your mother killed him in cold blood.
It was self-defense, and you know it. If she hadn't done it, he would have killed us first. Nia, she was a kind soul, so gentle and caring. All she wanted was to protect Rain and I. Even you. His influence over you was always too powerful.
And then what happened?
Isn't it obvious? He saw everything, and he flew into a rage. Demanded that all three of us be killed since we acted against the speaker. Nia... she died. I thought you died too. I was injured, but I had enough energy in me to run. If I knew you survived, I would have taken you as well. I managed to reach Stagwitch before I collapsed. An old man found me and nursed me back to health.
Oh, it's just a lot.
I wanted to go back, but I knew I'd never be able to return. So I made my way to Sidkeum. The long way, I might add. I stopped in at a few other places along the way.
Okay. That explains why you left. And why you don't get along. But you set me up, didn't you? Why did you want me dead?
Did he seriously just click his tongue at me? How is he so immature? The speaker acting like that?
Show us the markings on your arm again. Go on, take a look. You know as well as I do what they mean.
If you know, then why should I have to answer?
This is an old scripture. They called it the writing of the gods. This is your judgment given to you as a gift.
But why? My judgment's never been under question.
It's your destiny. You were always meant to be the next speaker.
What?
That's what these markings mean.
Oh, I was thinking about, did I ever say this out loud? I was actually thinking about this before, like forever ago. It's like, what if Rain was supposed to be the speaker? What if? Did I say that out loud? I don't think I ever said that out loud. Oh, now I feel silly. Oh my god.
I suppose since someone didn't pass on the message, they took it upon themselves to tell you.
What?
But why? All my life, I've been told that.
I lied. That's all there is to it.
I thought I was out here defying my destiny, paving my own path. But you're telling me it was all a lie anyway?
It seems so.
That still doesn't answer my question. Why would you lie to me?
I did as I was commanded by the divine.
The gods! They told you to lie to me? To follow me? Why?
I don't owe you any answers.
Oh my god. I'm about to go feral.
Emil.
I don't know why. I've never known why. Since I was born, their voices were always around me, influencing my every move, consuming my entire being. It took all of my effort just to have a sense of self past their constant chatter. The older I got, the worse it became. Their whispering had turned to yelling and screaming, their words no longer intelligible. But once I was instated as speaker, when their voices had reached a point where I thought I would go insane, a single voice called out to me. He said he would stay by my side and keep the others quiet. For the first time in my life, I was blessed with near silence. One voice in my head was nothing compared to the crescendo from before. Since then, I was blessed with near silence, but...
But now you can't hear the other gods, so they're getting angry about shit. Probably.
But
that changed once I reached Sidcaeum. That last lone voice disappeared, and for the first time in my life, it was silent. Completely, utterly silent.
Isn't that what happens with Rain? So something is up with Sidcam, right?
But his was the voice that insisted I did what I did to you. Not that I disagreed.
silent. Truly. After what you told me when we were younger, I thought it was impossible.
Single voice speaking to him. But it's a male voice, right? And ours is a female voice. What? I'll believe you for now, or why should I believe you? I'll believe you for now.
Okay, I believe you. Maybe some crazy voice in your head told you to kill me. But didn't you even think for 1 second that was probably a pretty bad idea?
I love him. Yeah, Beal. Yeah, how about it?
And you just ran away from it
You
all?
tell him, Rain.
I've come all this way, and what now? This is meant to be my answer? A destiny I never asked for.
Rain.
I'll return home tomorrow. I have no business hanging around someplace like this. It was a mistake, and one I'll try to forget quickly.
Isn't this supposed to be all destiny? We were supposed to drag a meal out here. We were supposed to find Caspian. We're supposed to find something. We're supposed to do something. Right? Maybe.
Come with me if you want, or don't. It makes no difference to me. We can pretend nothing happened and you can go back to your old life.
He stood and left the room. His face was missing that harsh edge. He looked sad.
I'll go find him later. I don't think he has anywhere else to stay.
How did he find us anyway?
Well, he's a speaker, isn't he? He can probably, I don't know, read our minds or see the future?
I need to think about what to do. Sign, let's just leave.
Rain,
What?
you don't have to go back to Aurelia Cavella, you know. There's always the option to stay here. I've missed out on so much of your life already.
To go home or to stay here? Can I even go back to my old life so easily?
Thank you. I'll think about it. I'll come back tomorrow with my answer.
And then we still have like Ray, like Science Mom. Oh my god. Oh. When we left, the sun had already begun to set over Sitcam. We're gonna stop here for this part, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh my god. I hate all of this so much. Whew. Okay, anyway, if you're interested in playing the game yourself, I have links in the description. Oh, everything's a disaster. And I think we're nearing the end, so let's see what happens. I don't know where I put that not safe for work scene, so if you're interested in watching that cut content, exclusive content, head over to my Patreon. Hopefully I'll see you there, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Wow. Bye!